Yeah, Paul, I gotta say, I'm really glad you said that women should dress modestly and cover.
This is teaching for women, so this is a prime example of how Scripture tells you to let no man deceive you with vain words, flattery words. Okay, you are seeking to justify your adornments, your idolatry. There is a ton of scripture that instructs women not to adorn themselves, okay? Because adornments deceives your mind. The Testament of Reuben chapter 2 and Enoch chapter 8. The fallen angel Azazel taught women to adorn themselves and to paint their face. He taught the men to make armor and weapons. And after that, much sin did occur. Testament of Reuben 2, the Jezebel woman that has the spirit of fornication adorns herself using wiles to deceive her mind, to manipulate men into desiring her. This is why the Bible tells you not to adorn yourselves. That is First Timothy 2 and Jeremiah 4, Isaiah 3 and Isaiah 13. The women are hiding with stretched forth necks, wanting and mincing, painting their face is vanity. Jeremiah 4 tells you this. There's a ton of scripture and warning to women who do those things. The curse of Eve is to desire the authority of a man. And because in Testament of Reuben 2, because she doesn't have the strength, right, to bend men to her will, she used wiles to do this through manipulation. The Bible tells you that the daughters will become like their mothers. Okay? And you can look at the girls today. They are dressing more seductively at younger ages. The ages become younger and younger of them doing this over the centuries. Showing their bodies, pushing up their breasts, wearing shapewear, painting their face, even at 7 years old. They put their value in their looks. Men can't go out of their house without seeing women with boobs in their face all day long because this is what women have become because the church doesn't teach women to be modest, shamefaced, as biblical women in the Bible were instructed to be. That man is twisting the scripture because you're supposed to justify and solidify a matter with 2 to 3 witnesses. I gave you five, five of what that scripture means. Revelations 2:20, that Jezebel who uses wiles, and Second Kings who painted her face, plaited her hair using adornments to seduce his servants to bow to the image of Baal. Women today still do that. They use their adornments to manipulate men to desire them, to shower them, to dance on them. They even use sex to withhold sex to punish their husbands, to manipulate them to do what they want them to do. That's what society has come today. That's why there's so many Ahabs in today's world bowing down to the vagina, their wife, happy life, happy wife, happy life. They don't want to deal with women and their games, their manipulation, the headache they cause them, the thorn in their side. They have to have it their way. That's not a biblical woman. The woman of the Bible, it instructs women to not adorn themselves, to be meek and quiet, modest, not focusing on the outward adornment of themselves, but have a meek and quiet spirit. To be sanctified in the word, to obey their husbands as unto the Lord. You don't see that today. You don't see the mothers teaching their daughters these things. You see the opposite. You see women that are pushing this feminine movements. Women can do what men can do too. I don't need a man. I'm a boss babe. Where women now belittle their husbands. They talk back. They're not obedient. They run the household. They wear the pants. And because of this, because the women have made the men Ahabs, fornication is rampant. Pornography is rampant. Now you have child pornography as a problem. Children missing, being raped and murdered, used as sex toys. That's the result. That's the result of this. But you're blind to it. And you just chose the first man that just would tell you exactly what you wanted to hear, didn't you? That's not a biblical woman who adorns herself, paints her face. It is vanity, which is a lie. It's bearing false witness. It's covetousness, craft, manipulation. That's what that is. To be a biblical woman, a daughter of Sarah, not a daughter of Jezebel. And to raise your daughters that way, you don't raise them to adorn themselves. You don't raise them to focus on their looks, that is their worth, that their focus is on their beauty. No, you raise them up in the Lord to keep the commandments of God, not to usurp your authority over men, to overcome the curse given to women. Eve's transgression, that's the curse of women.